Hey guys, I'm back, and I want to show you a knife today that I didn't think I was going to end up showing you, but I have to admit, I purchased a knife because I thought the name was funny. Not kidding. So this little guy right here, this is definitely going into the playlist of low-cost knives, but it's also, it's a pretty good knife. I'm amazed. So we're going to get to this knife, but first, we've got some shout-outs we got to do. So shout-outs today, going to Michael Wells, who had a birthday that just passed on August 28th. Donovan Barnett Vlogs, birthday on September 9th. Taylor Ferris, now I apologize, because apparently Taylor Ferris asked me for a shout-out a long time ago, and I guess I never got to it. Bulldog, Mr. Pop, and Derek Newman. So thank you all for supporting this channel, watching videos, taking part in comments and discussions and everything. If you have asked for a shout out and it hasn't come up yet, okay, it doesn't mean I'm not doing it. It just means that, you know, I have videos that are already recorded that are online. They're marked as unlisted and they get made public as I produce more videos. So there's always a gap between the time when you ask for a shout out and when you actually hear your name on the video. It doesn't mean I'm not doing it. You don't need to ask for them like 4 or 5 times in a row. You're gonna get them. But thank you guys. I love, you know, if this is, and this is the, I always say, if this is the least I can do, you know, it is the least I can do. I think that all you guys deserve a lot more thanks for making this channel what it is, which is one of the reasons I'm doing another big giveaway really, really soon. So stay tuned for more of that. People keep asking, you know, how do I enter? What are the rules and everything? Everything will be explained when I actually have like the contest opening video posted. So there you go. But let's talk about this knife. So this is one of those things that as I was on Amazon browsing, you know, you buy something and then they recommend to you like, hey, maybe you want to check out this. And, you know, kind of at the bottom of the screen and you can scroll through things. And I saw it, and I swear I saw the name, and I said, well, that's just too good. I have to have that because of the name. And the short version is, I saw a knife called the J Unicorn Classic. And I said, how can I not buy the J Unicorn Classic? I've got to say I have the J Unicorn Classic. I'm going to put the full name in text right here. Do you guys like my yellow banana Band-Aid? Yeah. So you see this whole huge name. I had to have, like, something in me said, you gotta own that knife. And it was a pretty inexpensive knife too. And I was looking at the specs, I said for the price, not too bad. So let me just take a shot in the dark, say that I own a J Unicorn Classic knife, and I have been pleasantly surprised, and I thought maybe you guys would like to see this, especially considering low cost, it's less than $20. It is surprisingly well put together for a cheap knife. I'm sorry, not cheap, inexpensive. So, you know, let's just start at the beginning here. Fit and finish wise, it's a very minimalist design, which I respect. You can see that the centering is perfect on here. Deep carry clip. It's got really nice retention on it, but not too hard to get in and out of your pocket. All the screws countersunk nicely. Small metal spacer there. I won't call it a back spacer because it's got a flow-through design, but there's your lanyard hole on there. Great subtle milling on the G10, and yeah, that's actual G10, not plastic or anything else. You've got inset steel liners on the inside of this thing. So, you know, great features for a knife that costs less than $20. When we open the blade up, you'll see it's PVD coated with an interesting little blade chip. Now, for EDC carry, EDC size, small, kind of disappears in my hands. So, you know, I mean, you know, because I've got these big Gorilla Goon hands, I prefer a slightly larger handle to hold on to, but this is not bad at all. Flipper, now I will tell you, if you push button this thing, it's not going to work very well, but if you use it light switch style on bearings, works great. You get a nice clean flip every time. And it's just really smooth and easy. Great detent and everything. It's a liner lock. Now, one thing I will say is that right out of the package, you're opening it about 50%, give or take, already. But with it, you know, open, you can kind of get a better view of those inset liners. But this is just a, like, for just a standard, inexpensive, not afraid to destroy it EDC knife. Or even just, you know, put it in your bug out bag, put it in your toolkit, keep it in the glove compartment. One of the other things that's nice about this is that it doesn't say J Unicorn Classic, blah, 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 word vomit diarrhea all over it either. It's, you know, sterile blade. Very subdued look, you know. I like the color on the G10, just plain old tan G10. You got your PVD coating on the blade. Now, you know, the box, I don't have anything to show you. The box was just a very thin cardboard nothing on the box at all. So, I have not done this lock test yet, actually. And we have no travel. Centering is still good. Action is still good. Let's test out the blade. Wow, very easy to just pull right through the cord. And I'm imagining the slice with that slight little recurve in there is just gonna, absolutely like nothing. Nothing at all. This page is intentionally left blank. Wow. It just feels so good going through the paper, like it really wants to go through the paper. Lightweight, I think that this is for folks that are always saying that they would like a good knife, but they can't afford a good knife. Now, the steel on this, you will have seen in the text, it's 8CR14, so look, it's not great. It's not. You're going to have to do edge maintenance. The coating is probably pretty good for keeping away a lot of rust and corrosion. You've got the same coating on the clip, and it looks like all the hardware is also coated. So you're not worried about a lot of rust and stuff forming. Yes, on the actual edge right there, something to worry about. Keep your knife clean after use, and it's not a big deal. You know, the advantage of a steel that's not a super hard steel, where the edge does wear a little bit, is that usually it's not very hard to, but you guys hear Tato clippity-clapping around, is that it's not too hard to maintain that edge. It's usually pretty easy to hone and put that really sharp razor's edge right back on, as long as you don't destroy that edge, you know, into complete dullness, and then decide you have to like reprofile your whole blade to get it back into cutting shape. It's all about, you know, here's the military in me again, but it's all about preventative maintenance. Okay, you show it a little care and love now and then, and it'll last you. So, for those of you looking for a good, and I feel like this, you know, it's not the highest end quality, but it's good quality. And, you know, you get enough experience with knives, you just sort of, you pick one up and you mess with it a little bit, you get a good sense, sort of almost right away, of this is a decent quality knife or this is a complete crap knife. And this has a good, decent quality feel to it, even though it's not a high-end knife. It feels like it's well made. It surprised me completely. Again, bought it, you know, for the gag factor of the name is J Unicorn Classic. But it ends up feeling like a good solid knife. Now, this particular one I'm sending to one of the guys on my Patreon team. And I'm going to ask him to put it through its paces for me and, you know, kind of report back on anything that he thinks is significant. I'm going to engrave it for him with his name and my logo and everything. And he's going to basically keep this one. I'm not going to ask for it back or anything. Just that he tells me if there's anything that I think I should know and you guys should all know about this. But I'm actually going to put a link to this on Amazon. It has increased $1 whole since I bought this thing. For those of you guys that watch the channel that are always kind of talking about you wish you could, you know, have something to tie in and stuff, this, to me, has the feel of a knife that is much more expensive than what this thing actually is. So I would go so far as to recommend this. It's a great starter knife. I get asked that a lot. What's a good starter knife? And there's some brands that I routinely recommend, but believe it or not, I feel like this is a great starter knife for somebody that wants to start, you know, what's a first knife to carry, what's a knife that's not too expensive that I can carry that's decent quality. I've been really impressed with this guy. So there you go. I just wanted to get that out on the channel for all of you. And introduce the new owner to this in video form. Anyway, as always, you guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.